Okay, so if you had to give us a list or things to watch, red flags, how does a person know when they look at a claim that it likely is pseudoscience or might be pseudoscience? What are the red flags?
It's such a superior question. Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Like the reason that people don't know the truth is it's being hidden from you. Again, just with these cases, I won't reiterate them, but that comes with trying to convince people that um, that's why the evidence is in their favor. One that you can combine with that is the science is unfair argument, or so like mainstream science doesn't want you to know, and also combined with that would be, um, oh shoot, well, anytime you have a scientific consensus and people are going, this is why the scientific consensus is wrong, and I'm not a scientist and I'm debating you on Facebook, that's a big clue. I mean, when the entire scientific community believes something, don't deviate from that. And then people will use the, well, science is sometimes wrong tactic. Yeah, everybody knows that. That's fine. That doesn't mean all of science is wrong, right? Like, science is sometimes wrong. Maybe people have two heads. Well, no, they don't. Like, no, science is right about a lot. Like your heart pumps blood through your body. We didn't know that once upon a time. Now we know it. Science isn't wrong. So the science is sometimes wrong thing. That all that attack on science stuff, that's a red flag. With the conspiracy theory, but the lack of a mechanism. So the lack of how. Oh, your Jupiter's position is influencing you. How? Anytime somebody says psychic energy, you should go, uh-oh. That's not a thing, right? Feelings are a thing. Empathic embarrassment is a thing. Psychic energy is not a thing. That's a made up thing. Like somehow my brain is doing something to your brain, or Jupiter is doing something to your brain. That's not real, right? We know people that can tell us what real energy is. And yeah, so that's not real. The lack of a mechanism, right? How do these titanium necklaces cause your tendons to recover more quickly? That doesn't make any sense. Like there's no physical explanation for that. So the lack of a clear explanatory mechanism is what it's called. Anecdotes and testimonials. That's another big one. So anecdotes would just be cases. Testimonials takes it a step further where people are trying to promote a topic. You can find a person to give a testimonial for about anything. I can find a lot of people that will tell you, I was going to make another dated reference. I can find a lot of people that will tell you the Dave Matthews Band is awesome. They're not, they're terrible, right? It's a testimonial. Maybe I'm wrong, it's fine. But just because, like anybody selling a product, they can find people that will say, this product helped me out. And honestly, sometimes they're not even that good. They're just paying people to make up fake testimonials. Like you think if you're going to make thousands of dollars off a product that everybody's going to be perfectly reputable? Yeah, no. Anecdotal thinking is bad. Think about a claim and think about how it systematically relates from what the claim suggests and how the data should fall out in a systematic fashion. The anecdotes are a problem. Burden of proof is another one where people start to say, like, you can't disprove this, so it's true. Okay, like you get this with Bigfoot. And I actually had this conversation with a cadet, right? I've heard a lot of weird things in the forest when I'm hunting. And so that was his argument that Bigfoot could be real because you can't prove to me that Bigfoot doesn't exist. The evidence against Bigfoot is really, really strong. But nevertheless, let's break that argument down. You're also then telling me, because I can't disprove Bigfoot, I could say, well, that means that pixies and mermaids and unicorns, they could all be real too. Like not like fun for real, like where furries are around and we're all celebrating unicorn and getting unicorn ice cream. Like no, for real. Like no, that doesn't make any sense. You need to show me the evidence for Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. That evidence is terrible. It's always carpet and like animal hair. It's not actually Bigfoot hair. Right. That's what happens when you look at it under a microscope. And I think there's another good one. Hold on. Unwillingness to test is another one. People get defensive and they go, oh, I don't really want to be tested. So this is the whole point of lots of money, like the James Randi Foundation, where people believe that psychics are real, and it's hard. You can't test every single psychic. So then they just put in a whole bunch of money, and it's not a little bit of money, it's a lot of money, like $1 million. And you go, fine, win the money. All you have to do is come in under controlled conditions and show me. And then they're like, I'm not into that sort of thing. Non-falsifiable theories, that's another big one. And that's related to the psychic thing. Well, why can't you do it? My powers come and go. And when a lot of pressure is on me, I can't do it anymore. Well, what you're basically saying is every time you're successful at psychic, every time you can't do it, it's because your intermittent powers just come and go and you can't deal with the testing conditions. I'll tell you, there are many tricks of pseudoscience, many. And I think if you tried to outline all of them, you'd start to get up to 20 or 30. And so you do need to distill them down, make it practical for people. And it's like conspiracy theories and anecdotes. That alone, you're going to be okay. Yeah. You're gonna do a lot of good there.
Sounds good.